What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Untamed Outdoorsmen. And today we are back with another video and making a video that we made last year, and I'm probably going to get in the habit of making it every year. And today we're going to be going over our plans for 2026, our 2026 channel plans. Again, we made this last year for 2025, and I think it helped a lot of you guys out to get a better understanding of what's going to happen for the year. And I'd say for the most part, we stayed pretty true to that. So yeah, we're just going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about a few different topics in terms of what's going to be happening for the year. There's a lot of cool things happening, especially this off season, but honestly the whole year round too. But I think there's going to be a lot of cool things very soon, and then a lot of cool things throughout the year. So we're going to start with fishing. There are a couple of new things that are going to be happening with the fishing season in 2026. We're going to talk about the kayaks and everything pertaining to the kayak, the Titan X 12.5. There's going to be two big things, probably the main focal point of this video, and two main things that are coming to the channel that are pretty awesome and are going to really streamline our fishing overall and our video making overall. So that'll be great. And then we're going to talk about the other topics. We've kind of made some videos that branch off into different topics, and we'll talk about that later on too. So yeah, so let's talk about 2026. So in terms of fishing, obviously bass fishing is going to be the center of our videos again. There may be one or two videos that go into different species, but freshwater bass fishing is going to be the priority like it is every year. No surprise there. In case of any of you do not know, MAKB is not returning next year. Our main tournament group, MAKB, they will not be coming back for 2026. 2025 was the last year for that. Again, huge thank you to everybody that participated in MAKB, that helped run MAKB. There was a pretty amazing tournament group and a lot of great memories there, without a doubt. But yeah, unfortunately that's not going to be happening. However, when one goes down, multiple new groups take its place. So as far as I know, I plan on participating in two separate tournament groups. Both of them are new for the year, and I think we'll get a little more into that as the fishing season starts here. I think the picture will become a lot more clear. But I will tell you 100% for certain that tournaments are not ending. Just because MAKB is over does not mean this channel's tournament videos are over. If anything, we're probably going to be doubling down on tournaments. So no worries there. I think the tournaments have been a great thing to do for the channel the last 2 years. And that was a really great decision to start doing those. And we're not going to be stopping. So if anything, we're going to be doubling down. In terms of like trips planned, right now, I believe right now we have 2 trips currently planned. For the sake of the surprise, I'm not going to disclose those, but one is completely new, a completely new lake, completely new state, possibly 3, but there are 2 that are kind of set in stone, and then there's one that has been talked about. So as of right now, there are 2 unique trips planned for 2026 in 2 very popular lakes in the United States. So stay tuned, because right now it's the middle of January, it's like 15 degrees outside, but yeah, I'm very excited for those, so that'll be a lot of fun. So that's pretty much going to be how 2026 will go in terms of fishing. Multiple tournament groups, obviously a lot of standard non-tournament fishing videos as well. We're going to do a lot of traveling, we're going to do a lot of exploring of new ponds and new lakes, so very exciting there. And then 2 trips that are practically set in stone, and those should be a lot of fun as well. They'll be the same style as they were with Winnipesaukee, so like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, etc. for each trip, so there'll be a lot of videos there. Okay, so now we're going to get into probably the biggest changes for this season is going to be kayaks. So in terms of the kayak itself, the Native Titan X 12.5 is not going anywhere. We're going to do another strong year with the Native Titan X 12.5. Honestly, I've felt no reason to change. There is not a kayak out there that I desire really that is worth getting rid of this one. You know, I feel like we have a really, really great kayak there, and I really enjoy it a lot. So there hasn't been a kayak that's come out that's made me want to get rid of this one. I'll just say that. So we're going to keep using this one. We're going to keep going on it, and it's been a great kayak, and I expect it to be amazing for another great year. Now we're going to talk about what we're changing on the kayak. There's going to be 2 major changes to our kayak fishing experience, and I feel they're pretty even in terms of like importance. So we are going to be moving on from bow motors. We are not going to be using the MotorGuide XI3 again for 2026. Nothing wrong with the XI3 at all. We were just looking for a bit of an upgrade and to get some benefits. What are we upgrading to, you might ask? We are going to be upgrading to the Garmin Force Current. the stern-mounted Garmin motor specifically designed for kayaks. And we are going to be making an extremely in-depth video on how to safely and professionally install the Garmin Force Current onto that kayak. You guys know us, we really pride ourselves on the quality of our build videos. Between that Bonafide PWR, Tarova install, all of the native tight necks videos that we've done, we are going to be continuing that same level of quality and I guess education on installing that Garmin Force Current. So to be completely honest with you guys, I've seen across the kayak fishing community, there's a lot of misinformation spread, a lot of choices that are made in terms of wiring and safety that kind of make my skin crawl. So that Force Current is going to be a really great opportunity to show how to safely install electronics and professionally install electronics. And I think it's going to be a really great opportunity to kind of educate a little bit, because I feel that is sorely lacking in the kayak community overall. So that's going to be a blast. I would expect that sometime within the next 4 to 6 weeks in terms of when that video comes out. That's going to be a blast, and that'll probably be a pretty long video and a pretty detailed video. So just a heads up there. So that's going to be the major improvement to the kayak itself this off season. I understand it's a little bit controversial with the sticker shock and everything like that, but you know, everybody's different. Every situation is different. Everybody's coming at this from a different situation, and what works for somebody may not work for somebody else. And you know, we had the means to do so, so we did it, and it's going to be a great video on the channel and a great tool for the channel overall. So yeah, that's the major change for the kayak itself, but we are not done improving our kayak experience overall. So what I mean by that is I have decided to invest in a kayak specific trailer, a kayak that is designed from the ground up for trailers. This is not like a jet ski trailer that we kind of rigged out to cater to a kayak. That just wasn't really what I was looking to do. I have decided to invest in a Fish Texas kayak trailer. The company, like I said, is Fish Texas Trailers, but Fish TX kayak specific trailers. They build them from the ground up for kayaks, and they are extremely good quality. And we have one on order currently. They are expecting a delivery date between February and March. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be a super awesome addition to the channel. Those Fish Texas trailers are, you know, incredible quality trailers. They really pride themselves on that. They're all custom made. They're all made from the ground up in-house, and they are incredible. We are really going to be stepping up our convenience overall on the water, because honestly, over the last 2 years, and honestly the last like 5 years of doing heavier kayaks, the whole loading it in and out of the truck bed thing has become mentally and physically exhausting over the years. And I realized at the end of this season, this past season 2025, that it was time to invest in that a little bit and to kind of make our experience a little bit easier on the water. Because the loading process, the unloading process, and getting it on the bed, taking it off, it became a little bit of a pain. And having this trailer is really going to streamline that and make our overall kayak experience just that much easier. So we are going to be making a few videos on that trailer when it does come in. It's being shipped. When that trailer does come in, we will be making a few videos on that, kind of going in depth on it, kind of talking about whatever topics you guys want to hear about. So that's a few videos that I'm very excited to make. But yeah, guys, in terms of kayak advancements, the Garmin Force Current and the Fish Texas kayak trailer that's coming, those are going to be the two major advancements in our kayak fishing overall. And I am super, super excited. And you guys know we're going to be making some very high quality videos on those two topics. So very excited there. Okay, so in terms of like other topics, we've kind of, as many of you know on this channel, fishing is hands down our priority. That goes without saying, hands down. However, we don't shy away from other topics. Those of you who know, we've made a few videos in the automotive space. We've made a few videos in the like lawnmower space. We've made a few videos in some different topics overall. And while it will not be the priority, if there's an opportunity to make a cool video on something that maybe doesn't pertain to fishing, I'm not going to be afraid to make it. I don't have a specific idea or anything on what I'm going to do. I think those opportunities will come naturally, but you know, don't be surprised if every once in a while you see an automotive theme video, a air rifle theme video, or we'll talk about another topic here in a second, but I just would not be surprised if every once in a while you see a video on a different topic, because I am not afraid to dabble into other topics as long as the priority stays the same. So just be prepared for that. I am also debating going into a small subcategory of airsoft. We've been doing that a little bit lately, and I'm thinking that might be a small opportunity to make some side videos and maybe do a little mini series on. I think that could be cool, especially in the wintertime when it's like 15 degrees out like it is today. That could be a great opportunity to kind of dabble into something else, especially while the fishing is slow. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You know, I would say definitely be ready for a 2-year buyer's review on the Native Titan X 12.5. That would be a pretty good video. We'll go pretty in depth on that. So expect that to be a longer video as well. You know, definitely a lot of cool videos coming. We'll do some other buyer's reviews as well this coming winter. I'm considering redoing the Monster Bass boxes every month. We did that for a few months, about a year or two ago. And I enjoyed making those videos. They were a lot of fun. So that might happen as well. So that's a lot of like the side videos. And, you know, I do think we got a pretty full lineup of videos here coming out pretty soon. So I'm very excited for all of that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this is not like a typical video that we make, but I did want to make this video to kind of lay out some of my plans for 2026 and some of the cool videos that are coming here pretty soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time, and we'll see you guys when we're making all these awesome videos. So, thank you.